Namaste. Another big tool I put into place during my recovery was self-love, self-compassion, and self-care. To get started, I read a book called Madly in Love with Me by Arylo, and this explained all about how you can tell whether you're currently loving yourself and what you can do to improve it. So I knew what I had to do. Self-love is about how you think and feel about your body, inside and out. I never seemed happy with the way I looked. I was often trying a new way to lose weight. When my hair was short, I wanted it long. When it was long, I wanted it short. My eyes were too close together. My toes were too long. I wasn't tanned enough. I just wasn't happy with the way things were. When I realized that, I started to be more loving towards myself. I started practicing being okay with just letting things be the way they were and loving and appreciating all of the parts of myself. Another place where self-love was lacking was I found myself constantly giving to others without taking time for myself. Not taking time off work when I was sick. I would work through my breaks and lunch, go in early, stay late. But I knew if things didn't change, it wouldn't help me physically or mentally. It was hard at first. I'd feel guilty for taking time for myself. After all, people were depending on me, and I didn't want to let them down. I felt almost ashamed because it felt like I was being conceited, and I had learned that we should always put others first. I really love helping people and could see that I was making them more important than me. Then I started to learn that the more you love yourself, the more you can love and help others. Because how can you show that love to anyone else when you don't have that same love for yourself? I visualize it like filling up your own cup with love first, and then once it's flowing, you can continue to help others and share that love. There's a reason why when you're traveling on a plane that they tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first before assisting others. This is how it works. Because if you run out of oxygen, or in this case, self-love, then you won't be able to help others. So some of the practices I put into place to increase my self-love is every morning I wake up and tell myself I love you and give myself a hug. When I'm in the shower or putting on moisturizer, once I touch every place, I'll say mentally, I love you toes, I love you arms, I love you abdomen. It not only makes me feel good, but it keeps me in the present too, which is great for my mind. When it comes to self-compassion, that's about how I was talking to myself or treating myself. In the past, I'd beat myself up about things like the way I reacted to something or didn't react, what I did or what I didn't do. It wasn't good enough. I wasn't doing enough. I found that becoming aware of the way I was talking to myself, I could start to change it. So first, I got started by making a list of all the things I was good at. I also reached out to a few friends because when I first got started, I really wasn't sure what I was good at. Then I check in with myself by setting a timer for every hour and checking in to see how I'd been treating myself. And then if I noticed I was beating myself up or saying mean things, I'd pull out the list and say 3 positive things on the list. I started treating myself as a sick 5-year-old because I would never tell a child some of the things I was telling myself. And lastly, one of the easier things I was able to implement was self-care. Self-care is about actions that I took to look after myself by nourishing my body, mind, and soul. I recognized I was so focused on work that I rarely took any time to do anything that nourished my body and mind. So here are a few things that I do in my day to look after myself. I practice yoga. I meditate. I have a bath with Epsom salts, bath bombs, or oil and lavender. You could light some candles if that's something you enjoy. I give myself an oil massage. I rub my feet. I go for a walk, read a book, practice yoga and meditation. I go to a holistic provider for a massage or an energy treatment. And while I know we can't go out at this time, energy is not limited by time or space. So energy treatments can be done remotely. So it's a great time to reach out to a provider and give it a try. Or even just call around and see which one fits you. I'd sit by the water. I'd write. I'd learn a new language or play an instrument. I'd listen to music, read something inspirational. Did I mention practice yoga and meditation? Whether you think of that, whatever you think of specifically for you that brings you joy, is healing and nourishing for your body, mind, and soul, is right for you. So at first I had spent time sitting down and writing out all the things that I could remember in my life that brought me joy, and all the things that I thought would bring me joy. And then I would do things from that list. So doing at least one thing each day just for you. Then I would find when I got busy, my self-care would be the first thing that dropped. And then I would get overwhelmed, and then self-care would be the first thing I'd bring back in to bring me into balance. So I started ensuring that I was doing something nice for myself every day. I write in my journal every evening about what I did for myself today. And if I haven't done anything yet or can't think of anything I did, then I'll stop and spend a minute to rub my feet. These practices are not something you do for yourself once in a while. It's a way of life. Build them into your daily routine. Let me know what practices you use to increase your self-love, self-compassion, and self-care. I'm always open to trying new things. My name's Julie. Some of you may know me as Jaya from Journey to Balance. If you found this helpful or think it might be helpful for someone else, please like and share it, or subscribe to my channel so you can be the first to know when the next tools come in. Remember, love always and enjoy the journey. Namaste.